Welcome back to Maula Cognition. Today we are looking back again to Dr. Zakir Naik. Zakir Naik is my intellectual cadaver, and I am going to dig into each and every neurons of Dr. Zakir Naik and to bring out all the falsehood that he has installed in his body, mind, and soul. And I'm going to show how the billion Muslims are fooled by the so-called Zakir Naik, how the Pakistani government, their intellectuals, their scholars, and religious and political leaders, how they are deceived by Dr. Zakir Naik, how Malaysian government is deceived by Dr. Zakir Naik, how other Muslim countries and Muslim leaders in Africa, Asia, and Middle East, Europe, the Dawa gangs in Europe, Dawa groups, how they are deceived by Dr. Zakir Naik, and how they have made Islam into a lie. They change in Islam into a falsehood, leading to 72 misguided sect. 99% of the Muslims today follow this 72 misguided sect. Everybody is baptized into the religion of Zakir Naik, Dr. Zakir Naik. His world view and his religious view. That's what everybody holds today. So I'm going to open up spiritual truths so that the people might be reminded. So Dr. Zakir Naik has been quoting Bhavishya Purana, Bhagavata Purana, Veda, and other Hindu text to preach Islam. And this is very wrong, because in those texts that support the Arya Dharma or Hindu religion or eternal Sanatan Dharma religion or Eastern religion, the Eastern religion tells that the religion of Moshe or Moses and Nuh or Prophet Noah is a religion that goes against Arya Dharma or Sanatan Dharma. According to Bhavishya Purana, Moses is a proponent of Mlacha religion or foreign religion that has caused much damage to Arya Dharma. And Zakir Naik says that Hindu deity Lord Vishnu originated 7th century a religion named Musalman for Arabs, but it was to, according to Bhavishya Purana, it was to fight an enemy of the Sanatan Dharma or the Aryan religion or Vedic religion. So who was the enemy? The enemy was Moses was the enemy, and Bani Israel was the enemy of Sanatan Dharma or the nation of Israel or Arya Dharma, Arya religion. And who else? Because Bani Israel made a lot of warfare against polytheists and pagans, idol worshippers. And then who else came as an enemy to Arya Dharma or eternal religion of the East? Who came? Jesus Christ came from the same Bani Israel. And then the Christianity spread whole Europe, all the Western pagan and polytheist land. Christianity spread, and it brings much destruction to Arya Dharma or the eternal religion of the East, or the religion that worship idols, gods and goddesses. So according to Bhavishya Purana, Lord Vishnu created Musalmana religion as a forged religion to counter Christianity and Judaism. I heard some Christian scholars like evangelical scholars from America, they say Catholics invented Islam. But according to Bhavishya Purana, Lord Vishnu invented Islam by impersonating the Jews and Christians, taking their theology, scriptures and identity of their prophets, and to create a boundary to keep out the advancement of Jews and Christians, and to protect India from invasion of the leaders of Mlecha Dharma, which is Noah and Moses and Jesus, Masiha. This is what the summary of Bhavishya Purana, as you read. So the summary of Bhavishya Purana actually put Zakir Naik into the trial box, in the trial chair in the court. So all these so-called Islamic scholars, they don't know what Bhavishya Purana is preaching. If Bhavishya Purana is true, then Islam is a false religion. Then Prophet Muhammad is not a true prophet of God. And the Jewish and Christian tradition has been hijacked or forged by Arabs in the 7th century by the inspiration of the Hindu deity Lord Shiv and Lord Vishnu, according to Bhavishya Purana, which is to defeat another enemy who stood against the religion of Arya Dharma or Aryans. And the Aryans, according to Bhavishya Purana, Moses' message and his people has populated the entire earth. They wanted to clean the Aryan land. So to keep out, like Chinese wall, to keep out Moses, Jesus and the advancement of their faith, they had to create a new religion in the mode of which has roots both in Islam and both in Christianity and Judaism. And it will, although it has root in Christianity and Judaism, it has to oppose Christianity and Judaism and conquer their lands and places so that Arya Dharma is not destroyed by the advancement of Christianity or Judaism to the east. Because Arya Dharma people are afraid that the Western world that followed Arya Dharma, means the pagan and polytheistic traditions, they were defeated. The Greeks were destroyed, the Romans were destroyed, the Vikings were destroyed, Celtics were destroyed. So all the huge global Sanatan Dharma movement has been destroyed. So the king and his King Bhoj and Kalidas and others, they were doing great level of exorcism and sorcery according to the Vedic hymns to cast spells and curses upon the nations of Israel, the nations of Christians and the other monotheistic Abrahamic nations. So according to according to biblical religion, you can see the Moses is advancing to all the land, and then Prophet Joshua, peace be upon him, is coming and he is destroying the entire idol worship in the Middle East. And David, the kings of the Old Testament, everybody, they waged war against all those people who were following Arya Dharma or the Vedic religion that worship gods and goddesses. So according to Bhavishya Purana, as I summarize it, this is what it says, that this Maya shape or illusionist god appeared to Bhojaraj and Kalidas and said, you don't have to go to that place. I will bring up somebody who will keep out those enemies who are attacking Arya Dharma, and I will create a new nation of meat eaters, and they will wage warfare, and they will create they will shout and they will purify with warfare, all those kind of things. But as time passes, as everybody know, sometimes plan A can get messed up, means as the time passes, some people can take over the religion and new things can happen. That's how the Delhi Sultanate and Mughal Empire managed to attack India and conquer Indian territory. There is a hadith that says one of the army will conquer India. There is a war against India according to Hadith. The war will be led by, according to the Hadith, Imam Mahdi, which is the conquest of the whole Indian subcontinent. It's not just the conquest of Republic of India, because it's called Hind. Hind means the Sindh region. According to the traditional meaning, is the Sindh region, according to the Hadith. There are so many land beyond Sindh region, like East India, South India, Eastern countries like Burma, China. There is no mention in the Hadith about conquest of those countries, but there is mention of the conquest of India. So, although it says there, we can see that picture in this Bhavishya Purana. So we have here Pradisarga Parva, third Khand of Bhavishya Purana. So this is how I start. Here are the Khandans you can see, Muhammad and Raja Bhoj. As I said earlier, Muhammad was in Sindh according to Bhavishya Purana. So it cannot be Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam of Arabia, because there were other Muhammad who conquered India, like Muhammad Ghazni, Muhammad Ghori, Muhammad bin Tughlaq, all these scholars, all these kings and their scholars, advanced ministers, they conquered India. They had governors, and some of them went back to Khorasan or Gandhara. So here you have the chapter 3, I think. Muhammad and Bhoj, Raja Bhoj. So this is the story of Muhammad, you can see here. Gandhar region is the Kandahar region, that's Afghanistan, Pakistan, Iran, that area, as we discussed earlier. But Stella only means desert, doesn't mean Arabia. And he started worshipping Lord Shiva there. So that's what the meaning, that Raja Bhoj is not praising Muhammad, he is praising Lord Shiva, but Zakir Naik is saying Raja Bhoj is praising Prophet Muhammad. So then he says here, Lord Shiva appeared to Raja Bhoj and said, Bhojraj, please go to Vahiga, named land of Mahakaleshwar. Those areas actually in India around Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh, those areas. So here Lord Shiva is speaking to Raja Bhoj. So the Raja Bhoj is saying that the Arya Dharma got destroyed in the very land of Vahiga. The great illusionist Tribarasur got rebirth, whom I have been destroyed, turning him into ashes. His inner reality is he got his rebirth to flourish his greatness. Means he claimed to be great and spread dynasty of deities, probably Quraysh. His name is Muhammad, who is always fond of doing Pishaja-like work. Pishaja-like work is demonic work, diabolical work, that's what it says there. Therefore Rajan, please don't stay in this place of Pishaja, means land of, they are saying it's land of Pathans. Pathans means, as I said, the Afghanistan region, Gandhar region. By my grace you will be pure. So that's the sayings there. Then king began his journey for his own country, that's Arya Dharma, the land of Arya Dharma. Accordingly, Muhammad with his student reached the coast of Sindhu River. Sindhu River is located in the east of Pakistan, close to the land of Punjab in India, flowing through the Sindh province, emptying in the Arabian Sea in the outskirts of Karachi city. So that's what it says there. So Muhammad said to Maharaj, means Bhojraj, King Bhoj, The well skilled in illusion master, being very gentle, he said to the king, means Muhammad is well skilled in illusion master, means sorcery kind of thing, magic. Being very gentle, he said to the king, Maharaj, your deity is my slave, means Lord Shiva is my slave. Hey king, see your deity is eating pickings and remnants waste matter remains of a meal of mine. By seeing this, king got deluded in the matter and got very much surprised. He started in thinking of converting himself into that horrific Mlacha Dharma. The religion of Muhammad is called horrific Mlach Dharma. Mlach means foreign Dharma. So he said, by the time Kalidasa got the knowledge of his Maya, Maya means creating illusions like magic or sorcery. And being read in anger, said to Muhammad, wicked you are deluding king in illusion, that is your illusion which is not true. Therefore, I will kill you, sinner, the most wretched person of Vahiga. That's what it says there. But Zakir Naik will not tell you. But if Hindus study their Bhavishya Purana and realize that if what Zakir Naik is saying is true, that means Prophet Muhammad is a person who in demon possession, under magic and illusion. This is what someone who read the actual Bhavishya Purana out of research will do. Because even people like Zakir Naik say, always question, ask for proof, ask for evidence. So if people look for the evidence of his lie and deception, but there are things like this saying that Muhammad was in Sindhu river. So there are things that is in question here. But this is a proof for Zakir Naik to preach Islam to Hindus. They might be laughing. The learned Hindus might be laughing at Zakir Naik, laughing at Pakistan, laughing at Malaysian scholars and leaders, laughing at Islamic scholars and leaders for their lie. Imagine if somebody doesn't know that he is insulting his master or leader or his father, he's not realizing that he is insulting his own father or master or leader. And he is telling people things about a person that he is supposed to honor, but he conceals certain things and say that this is my master. But anybody who know what that description exactly says, they laugh at him, laugh at that religion that make this kind of cut and paste twisted verses and attributing that to Prophet Muhammad. If Islamic Sharia or Islamic scholars are really truthful about their love for Prophet Muhammad, then they should be hanging Zakir Naik for misleading billion Muslims for all these times. So this is what happened. So Kalidasa was reciting the Navakshari mantra, means some mantra, after he got angry with Kalidas. As a Brahmin, he started reciting mantra 10,000 times. Devi means the goddess, gave powerful energy into Kalidasa's body, and every 10th part of his recitation, and the enormous energy came out through his body, obliterating each and every part of the body of Vahiga Purusha into fire. He went fully turned into ashes. He became god of the Melachas. Means that Vahiga Purusha became the god of Muhammad's followers. That's what it says though. After that, every student being very fear in mind, they all went to the Vahiga Desha. They carried the remnant ashes of their own teacher Muhammad and placed it under the earth. All become quiet and peaceful after that. Therefore, that place is named as Madinapura or Medina. That place is a sacred place for them. This is what is. And one of the demonic god or demonic deity came to the king and said, Rajan, your Arya Dharma is the greatest above every other Dharma. So the demonic deity or a demonic personality came toward King Boj at late night. Said, your Arya Dharma is greatest above every other Dharma. Aryan religion is greatest above every other religion. That's trying to say that the religion of Moses, Jesus, Abraham, and all the prophets are false religion. But Arya Dharma is the true religion. But Zakir Naik says Arya Dharma is the true religion. I am only propagating this Dharma by the order of Isha. The Dharma as it goes. Being in my Dharma means that Deva Pishaja, that demon said that the demon will originate a new religion in the likeness of Judaism and early Christianity, that will stop a previous enemy of Arya Dharma or Aryan religion will getting advancement towards India or Aryan land. That's what it says. So it says that this demonic creature will create a religion that resembles Jews and Christians and forge most of their teachings, doctrines and leaders. And they will not have tails, they have circumcised their foreskin. They shout loudly and being omnivorous. Without a kaul tandra, they will eat animals. They will perform purified act with the musala or pestle as you purify your things with kusa. Therefore, they will be called as Musalman. The people who belong to this Dharma will pollute every other pure Dharma. Dharma means religion. Likewise, will spread this Pishajic Dharma means demonic religion, as he dictated his Dharma to the king. So that Devada of Mlacha means the foreign deity, foreign demonic deity went from the king to their own place. And the king went to his own place, being very afraid. And the king was afraid that Arya Dharma will be destroyed in parts of India. And the Mahamada Dharma or Musalmana Dharma will spread. So the king flourished the three Varnas according to the Sanskrit language. And those who are lower caste or Shudra caste, he propagated a Prakrit language for their teaching and guidance.
3 Shlokas 10 to 27, it says that the Malichas has spoiled the land of the Arabs.
It doesn't say the Mlacha spoiled the land of the Arabs. He's making up things.
Is not to be found there.
Arya Dharma was not found there. Who are the Mlacha who spoiled the Arya Dharma? It is the Moses and Jesus Christ and his apostles. According to the New Testament, Apostle Paul, Hagar, all of them were in around Mount Sinai and in Arabia. In the New Testament, you can read those verses.
There was an enemy who had defeated earlier, but now he has been sent by a more powerful enemy.
So those who defeated Arya Dharma, there was a powerful enemy. And that was who? The Bani Israel, the Jewish nation. And then there was a powerful enemy again came. Who are the powerful enemy? Christians, the followers of Christ, because they went all over the entire pagan land in the Western world. Even Latin America, North America, they completely destroyed and they Christianized this land. So these demonic forces are in a new plan to create a new religion that will keep out the advancement of Jews and Christians towards East. So according to Bhavishya Purana, this Hindu exorcist who and according to the order of Ishwar Paramatma or Lord Shiva, Goddess and Lord Vishnu, established the Musalmana religion by impersonating the Jews and Christians in ideology and in following the law, and started a new religion. This is what the description of Bhavishya Purana says, whether Muslims agree or not. This is what Zakir Naik is actually telling you, teaching you. So how does he destroy this Lord Shiva, Vishnu and Goddess created, sent a new person, that is according to Zakir Naik is Muhammad, or Muhammad.
peace be upon him, who will destroy these enemies, but now he has been sent by a more powerful enemy. I will send a man by the name of Muhammad, peace be upon him, who will destroy these enemies and will guide the people to the true path. O Raja Bhoj, you need not go.
So you heard what Zakir Naik says, that Lord Vishnu will rise up a new person who is called Muhammad, who will defeat those people who were enemy to Aryan religion. So who were enemies of Arya Dharma before? When you read the same Bhavishya Purana, you understand it was Moses, it was Masiha or Isa Masiha or Jesus Christ. So this is what the theory and theology and philosophy of Bhavishya Purana, which says that Aryan religion or Arya Dharma or Sanatan Dharma was spread all over the world, east to west. And then Jews came and they, under Moses, 2000 years after Kali Yuga, means the age of deterioration, age of Kali, Moses came and his people spread the whole earth and polluting Arya Dharma and becoming a dominant race. So they destroyed, according to Bible, you can see, Bani Israel or the people of Israel, they led lots of war against people who worship foreign religions, idols, polytheists. So these spiritual forces who are these deities of Arya Dharma or polytheistic religions or pagan religions, they are very upset at these deities. And they are offering to send a new person who will block the advancement of Jews and Christians, because when the Christians came, after the teaching of Jesus, according to the Gospel of 1 John or something, it says, the reason for the Son of God came is to destroy the works of the devil. Even according to Quran and Hadith, it says there that not even Satan couldn't touch Jesus and his mother since their birth. Every other son of Adam were touched by, every other child of Adam was touched by Satan when the child is born, except Jesus and his mother. This is the Hadith. So after Christ, we can see in the book, apostles, they went all over the world. Some apostles came to Arabia, and eventually the Rome and all the pagan nations of the West, they all become Christian, all the way up to Armenia, North Africa, Middle East, like Lebanon, and all this, Syria. Then you have Eastern Europe, which are the main Mecca of the pagan or Arya Dharma civilization. Greece, Celtic places in the European countries, Vikings, Mayans, all these were destroyed by the Christian world's invasion or colonization in the modern times. So basically, this saying that these Hindu deities or Arya Dharma gods and goddesses, these deities, they forged a new religion in the appearance of Judaism and Christianity by forging and impersonating their people and traditions, created a new religion, and that fought against the Christian nation and Jewish nations and other nations in the Middle East, and protected India from the advancement of these mighty enemies of Arya Dharma, which is Jews and Christians. This is what this book actually tells. Probably Zakir Naik didn't get the entire Vedic or Bhavishya Purana. In the Madhya Parv or the second Parv and the Kali Yuga description, chapter 5, in that book is clearly says there about means Khand 2, Parv 2, Khand 2, Zakir with Parv 2, Khand 1. That's what Khand 1. Pradama Khand or Khand 1, chapter 5, Kali Yuga description. That says that when Kali Yuga reached 2000 years, the foreign religious people become dominant, and they spread all over the world. Moshe was their leader, and he has lived in the rivers near the river Saraswati, and he spread the religion of the Moshe, or religion of the foreign religion. And they destroyed the worship or devotion to gods and goddesses, and the Vedic language, which is Sanskrit. This is what it says there. Page number 770, DC books in Malayalam language, Bhavishya Purana in Malayalam language. So in the beginning, which was new, there is another verse there in the chapter before this one. Chapter 4 is explaining about the new. That's the beginning. So this says that Moshe was the leader of the Mlacha religion, and they destroyed. So who is the enemy of the story of Muhammad and Bojaraja? Who is the enemy that the king is, the Shivaji is saying to the king, is the enemy is Moshe and his people. And they had so many languages. Vrajabhasha, probably Hebrew or Aramaic. Maharashtri language. Yavana means Yunani, the land of Yunani, Greek, that area. Gaurandiga, which is like Latin, English, those kind of Western languages. And they have 400,000 dialects in these languages. That's what it says there. So this is what it says there. Moses was the enemy. They destroyed Moses and his followers, spread all over the world their foreign religion, and they destroyed the Vedic language, Sanskrit, and the worship of gods and goddesses. And the another enemy came, that was Jesus Christ and his followers, and then the Christian world. They did a major destruction on the pagan and polytheistic civilization. Polytheist civilization, that's what you can read the entire world history when you look all the. So Zakir Naik, poor, stupid, ignorant, Jahil, Zakir Naik doesn't know that this Bhavishya Purana also speak about Nuh, alayhi salam, Adam, Hawa, Nuh, Adam, Eve, Nuh, Moshe, and Masih, Isa Masih. Poor Zakir Naik doesn't know this thing. That's his fate. And he has twisted this book and brought shame and chastisement, shame and insult on Islam and Prophet Muhammad. So this is what the Bhavishya Purana actually says. And then the chapter 2 is the story of Masiha, Pradisarga Parv. Chapter 2 is about Masiha. Second Khand 2, Pradisarga Parv. Khand 2, chapter 850, place 858 is speaking about Mashiach, Jesus Christ. According to Bhavishya Purana, this is the story of Masiha. According to that, Jesus is an incarnation of in a Virgin Mary or a Virgin woman, and he is the advocate of the foreign religion and stand upon the truth. And the king asked, what is the Dharma religion according to you? And he said, in his country the people become irreligious, and he born as Messiah, and he appeared among the demonic people in those regions. According to this book, Jesus was on Himalaya, standing on Himalaya. So the king sent Jesus to some kind of solar celestial body. So he was annihilated, means spiritually united in the sun god, that's what it says. There's the story of Messiah. But as we explained earlier, the enemy who defeated or destroyed the worship and gods and goddesses of Aryan, They are Christians and Jews, and according to Bhavishya Purana, the gods and goddesses, they created Muslim religion and sent Muhammad and his followers as a barrier to protect, like the Chinese wall, to protect foreign invasion to the land of Hindus or Aryan religion, which is Indian subcontinent. So this is what the summary of Bhavishya Purana with regards to the prophecy of Prophet Muhammad, Prophet Musa and Isa Masih. So there are lots of contradictions there in the Bhavishya Purana, but there's no evidence that Prophet Muhammad or Jesus came to India or Himalaya or Sindh River. So the knowledge in the Bhavishya Purana usually derived from spiritual knowledge of the Hindu sages and ascetics. So I would like to ask Dr. Zakir Naik, will he still uphold to his views? And what about those who convert to Islam, believing in that Muhammad is Prophet Muhammad? Is their Islam valid? If they believed Muhammad is Muhammad, that means they are believing Muhammad is a demonized person, and he was he was sent forth by the Hindu or Aryan or pagan gods to counter Christianity and Judaism, means the previous enemies that made much damage to the Aryan religion. From the world history and Quranic and biblical history, we know that Jews, but the children of Israel, the nation of Israel, they waged war against these nations, pagan nations, especially in the book of Joshua. And when the Christians become dominant under the Roman Empire, they destroyed the pagan religions, idol worship, all the way to Ireland, northern Europe, northwestern Europe, like land of Vikings. And when the modern ages, they went to African countries, South America, North America, and they destroyed entire pagan civilization that worship sun god like man's. So the central god in the Bhavishya Purana is sun god, and the Christian destroyed man's and all other cult religions in North America and South America, Central America. So again, when we look, so these gods, they forged a religion that looked like Christianity and Judaism, like a mixed appearance of Judaism and Christianity, and that religion is used to attack Jews and Christians and conquer their lands and to establish the Muslim religion above Christians and Jews as a substitute religion in the land beyond Gandhara or Kandahar to the west of India. So this is what Bhavishya Purana says. So if this is what Zakir Naik is teaching, and I'm sure the Muslim scholars, if they listen to my recording, they will realize either Islam is false or Zakir Naik is false, and whoever is believed and listened to Zakir Naik's preaching, their Islam is in vain. They are actually apostates. So before telling me what I should speak or I shouldn't speak, you should be busy telling the Islamic scholars and clerics, muftis and imams and leaders of the Islamic nations to arrest Zakir Naik and give him that most punishment for forging, twisting and lying Hindu books and attributing in it the name of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Because Bhavishya Purana doesn't talk exactly, the descriptions are not exactly fit on the Prophet, This prophet didn't go to the river Sindh in Pakistan region. So Zakir Naik says here, Sanatan Dharma is a true religion that sent Prophet Muhammad. The Ishwar Paramatma, who is the God of Sanatan Dharma, sent Prophet Muhammad to counter other enemies that opposed Sanatan Dharma. The religions that opposed Sanatan Dharma or Aryan religion is Jews and Christians. They are the one caused much damage, much enmity to pagan and polytheistic tradition in Middle East and in the West. So, when you read the Bhavishya Purana and other Hindu traditions, Islam is not in a position as a legitimate religion. So now, to clean up the mess that Dr. Zakir Naik has made on Islam and on Muslims and on Prophet Muhammad, it might take another lifetime, 50-60 years, because he have to detoxify or factory reset entire billion Islamic population. You have to ban the entire Zakir Naik video, entire video and lectures of Zakir Naik from YouTube, TV channels, everywhere. And if you are claiming to be followers of Sharia, so if you are a follower of Sharia, you are so-called intellectual Sharia, that means you have to convict Zakir Naik. He's the team in the IRF, means Islamic Research Foundation, so-called Peace TV, Huda TV, and all other channels. You had to prosecute all of them and ban these Dawa groups completely. Otherwise, new generation will search for Bhavishya Purana. They will find it. They will study it. It won't be a nice experience for Dr. Zakir Naik, for Islam, for the entire face. He has tarnished the entire Islamic world. He has tarnished Allah and His Messenger. So either you have to agree with Zakir Naik and agree that he has lied, but when you uncover, he has concealed information. He has forged and twisted Hindu books. So if you accept the entirety, the fullness of the message of Hindu books, then you will be convinced Islam as a false religion. But if you think Islam is true religion and you have to, then stop Zakir Naik, his dawah, his preaching, his missionary work. So, sorry for all these scholars. Islam never been that evil. I'm saying to the general people, Muslims have shown much kindness to Christians, Hindus and Jews. Islam didn't destroy every temple or every church or every synagogue. Muslims invited Jews to live in Palestine when the Jews were persecuted in Spain and other parts of Europe. And India was ruled by Hindus like Delhi, Sultanate, Mughal empires. And there are still lots of temples that exist in India that was not destroyed. But some temples have been destroyed. Some churches have been taken solely because of certain dominant situation and dominant needs or as mark of conquest. Because some of the Hindu kings or rulers, they were hiding lots of wealth under chambers of the temples. And these kings, they took the wealth out and they made development and distributed the wealth among people, made roads, schools, hospitals, and other social reformation and development they brought for the nations. India's GDP was India had 25% of the whole GDP of the world in the time of Mughal Emperor. So this is how India was super rich in those days. And we can see even in Middle East, Islam ruled since the time of Prophet in Egypt, Syria and all. You can see very old churches still existing in those lands. But you would not see any temples or pagan temples in European countries where Christianity had invaded. That's why you don't see a temple, a main Celtic temple or Viking temple in any of the European countries. All of them were destroyed, all of the worship places. So there are lots of things. So Islam actually started as a much tolerant religion. Chapter 2 verse 65 says, those who believe in this messenger, means those who believe, Christian, Jews and Sabiun, who are believe in Allah and last day, will have their reward from their Lord. They will not grieve, or they shall not fear, they shall not grieve. This is the Islam is a pluralistic religion. It didn't come to create a monogamous religion. It is a polygamous religion. Polygamous means accepting plural faiths. Chapter 5 of the Quran says, verse 47, Christian to judge by the gospel. But only Christ says, I am the way, the truth and the life. No one go to the Father except through me. But Islam says anybody will go to paradise, whoever believe in Allah and the last day. So some way, the way of Christ is much more integral path, means strict and monogamous path, while Islam is polygamous in its approach to the world. That's why Islam is saying that Prophet Muhammad is the mercy to the whole humanity, which means whoever believes in Allah and last day and do righteous thing, they will find their reward. That's the mercy. But according to the Bible, the grace is that Jesus is the way, the life and the truth, and nobody goes to God except through Christ. So this is the difference between Islamic and Christianity. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin.